I don't even know what this is, but yeah, this is the issues we're dealing with right now, I guess. Somali fraud exposed. Republican Gill shuts down Democrat claims.
Chair recognizes Mr. Gill from Texas for the first question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for holding this hearing so expeditiously. We all know this is an important issue, not just in terms of welfare fraud, but also immigration more broadly. So we appreciate it. And thank you for the witnesses for taking the time to come here. I want to start with you, Mr. Balu. Again, thank you for being here. Let me ask you, does large-scale Somali immigration make Minnesota stronger or weaker?
Certainly stronger.
Certainly stronger. Do you know what percentage of Somali-headed households in Minnesota are on food stamps?
No.
54%. Do you know what that number is for native Minnesota-headed households?
Well, to be clear, a majority of the...
It's 7%. There's a big difference between 54%.
Bringing people in who aren't adding anything to the society. It's simple. It's simple.
7%, is there not?
Excuse me, sir. Could I answer the question?
Let me move on. We've got a lot of questions here. What percentage of Somali-headed households in Minnesota are on Medicaid?
I don't know.
It's 73%. Do you know what that number is for Minnesota native households?
Probably like 3%.
Again, you're using the phrase Minnesota native households, but the majority...
The number is 18%. That's a quite an astounding difference.
Minnesota native, the freaking Democrat. It's obvious what he means. Someone who didn't import here recently.
I think we would
Can
agree.
I answer the question, please?
Let me ask you one more, and then we can go on to that. What percentage of Somali-headed households are on welfare in general?
I don't know.
It's 81%. What about, let me just ask you, after 10 years of being in the United States, what percentage of Somali immigrant households continue to be on welfare?
I don't know.
80.
The number is 78%. So even after 10 years, 78% of Somali immigrant households continue to be on welfare. Do you know what that number is for native Minnesota-headed households?
Again, you're using
non-Somali immigrant-headed households.
If I can just answer the question, when you're using the phrase native Minnesotans, the majority of Somali Minnesotans are as Minnesotan as any of us. They were born in the United States. It's only 8,000 of the 108,000 Somali.
Nevertheless, the welfare usage is astoundingly different. Let me ask you again, does that make Minnesota stronger or weaker?
Again, I'd like the opportunity to answer the question here.
Go for it.
Again, the majority of Somali Minnesotans are born in the United States, as I understand it.
Okay, well, what percentage of working-age Somalians who have been in the U.S. for 10 years or more, how many of them speak English very well?
I don't know.
Probably like 10%.
About half. The answer is about half. That seems
higher.
pretty low, doesn't it?
Again, I keep trying
It doesn't sound like something that makes our country stronger to me, and I think most Americans would agree with me on that. I need to move.
I get pissed when I hear people speaking Spanish near me. Yes, my father's from Mexico, but I don't want to speak Spanish in my native country.
On Ms. Robbins, when would you say we concretely knew that widespread welfare fraud was occurring in Minnesota?
There have been reports since 2009 from the Office of Legislative Auditor. I would say the credible reports on child care fraud started surfacing 2011 to 2013.
So for over a decade.
Yes, sir.
When do you think Governor Walz knew about this fraud?
From the very beginning. He was running for governor in 2018 when there were prosecutions going on, when there was an OLA report, active cases in the news all the time.
And what was the Walz administration's response?
They actually did nothing when they got into office, and Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan had been on the committee in the legislature that had hearings on child care fraud, and when they got into office...
The Democrats are so brain rot that the 8 Democrat senators in U.S. are demanding release of, terrorists. It's insane because they think they're doing something great. Like, what was it in Britain? There was a sitting representative in Britain who was happily posting on X how they allowed a nationalist, like terrorist who talks about how he hates white people, like Muslim extremists. They were welcoming him back after he was blacklisted from the nation for being a hateful, bigoted kind of person. And they were just like, oh, no, we're happy to accept him back into our country. Well, your country isn't yours anymore then. It's not. If you're thinking they belong there, guess what? You don't belong there.
They did put $5 million into a little more money, but nothing changed.
But nothing. And let me ask you, Mr. Hudson, thank you for being here. Did those who commit this fraud, do they typically vote for Republicans or Democrats, in your opinion?
In my opinion, thank you for qualifying it like that, I would say they most definitely overwhelmingly vote for Democrats.
Do they typically donate to Republicans or Democrats?
Not to my knowledge. They,
In
if
your
they don't
opinion?
donate to Republicans, they donate to Democrats, in my opinion, yes.
Got it. So would you say this is that the Somali population is an important demographic for Democrats to win over politically?
Unquestionably.
Got it. And do you think it would have hurt Democrats' political standing with the Somali population to investigate this fraud?
Very clearly.
Got it. So in other words, you're saying that there was a political incentive to cover up.
You see him just all fidgety, like trying to be like, oh, this person's being rude.
Widespread Somali fraud. Is that right?
100%.
Got it. Let me ask all three of you. Did the Waltz administration and Democrats intentionally, in your opinion, overlook this fraud while it was happening for political gain? I'll start with you, Ms. Robbins.
Absolutely. We have credible whistleblower reports that the Department of Human Services administration, up to the OIG and the commissioner, met with a group called the Minnesota Minority Child Care Association multiple times, and that they were trying to weaken protections. We wanted,
Right.
we had several changes we wanted to do, and they opposed all of them.
And Mr. Hudson and Ms. Rarick, and then my time is up.
I would agree.
Absolutely. The whistleblowers confirm it.
Got it. Thank you.
It is insane. It is nothing but brain rot, and not until those people are tried for treason, those people who were accepting money, because over $8 billion in fraud from COVID made it all the way to Somalia to fund terrorist organizations. We need to start arresting these sitting representatives who have been causing crimes nonstop. They have been traitors to the United States, and they need to pay for that crime. It's absolutely mind-boggling how these people can just be okay with this whole thing. How do you betray your own nation? Because again, it's the immediate monetary gain. They don't care about, like, it's the same thing with those people who are like, oh, I'm going to burn, like, what is it? The same people who talk about we're going to destroy the planet if we don't drive energy efficient cars because the ozone's going to get ruined because we're burning gas, are the same people who are okay betraying their own nation for a pat on the back. In the sitting representatives situation, they're okay with betraying their own nation for a financial gain. Because in the end, they are getting kickbacks. Kickbacks on kickbacks on kickbacks. I saw a sign named LGBTQ for Palestine and Somalia. The LGBTQ people don't know that they would be killed if they enter Somalia or Palestine. Yeah. The thing is these people have no concept of the world. They are just told talking points on like Reddit or their small little communities and refuse to learn anything outside. They have probably never gone anywhere besides the US. That's it. Probably their closest thing to foreign food is going to the local Chinese restaurant. That's basically a fact. Most people don't travel because the majority of people can't. And the majority of them probably don't have jobs either. They don't have jobs. They just get subsidized by the government, which is why we need to start shutting down the majority of these governments or the majority of these subsidies to pay people who don't do anything for a living, like the majority of illegal immigrants or immigrants that came in and are just getting welfare checks or creating fraudulent scams on childcare.
You guys got a video? It's so bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait like that.